Are we alone? That is the million-dollar question astronomers, scientists, and the public have always pondered. A team of Cambridge University researchers, however, discovered what is quite possibly the strongest indication that extraterrestrial life does exist.
So using the James Webb Telescope, they found it's possible there's an ocean-covered planet 120 light years away from Earth in a different solar system teeming with life.
Astronomers say the planet K2-18b's atmosphere appears to be rich in a molecule that on Earth is only found in living organisms like marine algae. So, is it too early to ready our tinfoil hats? Carl Zimmer writes the Origins column for the New York Times, and he joins us now to discuss. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Tremendous audience interest in this subject, as always. Tell us more about what specifically has been spotted or identified about this very, very distant planet that has people, talking about alien potential once again.
So all that scientists can do is they can look at the color of this planet, and specifically the color of its atmosphere. As a star shines light through the air, it changes color, and then the James Webb Telescope can actually see those shifts. It's a really amazing thing that we can do. And essentially, it looks like it has the color of life. It has a color that you see from a molecule that we only know here on Earth as being produced by life, something called dimethyl sulfide. So some scientists have said this could be an indication that there's life on this planet. There's a lot of debate, though, about that.
And Carl, you know how we do in the media, right? You have a headline and now immediately aliens are coming down. So what does this actually mean for the everyday person and how that we interact and understand exploration of other galaxies?
You don't need to worry about being invaded by aliens just yet. This is only a sign, if it is a sign, of a planet with a bunch of microbes in its ocean. That's it. We're not getting messages from aliens. So it would still be a huge deal if scientists could find life in another solar system, that we know we're not alone in the universe. But the jump to think that, oh, there's intelligent life there is a huge jump.
Right, it could just be some kind of organism, although, we have not yet even discovered that, so it would be a significant discovery to find life even in a not even a primitive form, in a primordial form elsewhere in the known existence.
Yeah, I mean, some scientists have actually argued that microbial life might actually be pretty common in the universe, but that intelligent life can only evolve on certain planets with certain very, very special conditions. So, as we look around for life, we might just find one planet after another with bacteria-like things on it, without finding, anything that we would think of kind of resembling an animal or a plant or something like that, a multicellular form of life. That might actually be very rare.
I guess to look at this from a wider perspective, how close are we to actually knowing that there is a living organism? Does this take us that big step further, or is this something that's like expected from the science community?
So this study alone is not evidence, proof positive of life elsewhere in the universe. It just isn't. It's a very interesting observation, but for one thing, the James Webb Telescope and other telescopes after it are going to have to look again at this same planet to confirm that this signal is real and not just a noisy fluke. And there's going to have to be a debate settled about whether this planet is in fact covered in an ocean. That itself is a subject of debate. So, you might just assume that scientists can just sort of pull back a curtain and say, here's life. And that's just not how astrobiology works. It's a slow process that takes a lot of work and needs a lot of continued support in order to work. So, scientists will be looking at this planet for years.
And are we seeing, this could be a utterly ridiculous question that just betrays my fundamental lack of the science involved, but the idea of a telescope showing us something this far away? Are we like having images taken that are somehow taking an extra long amount of time to reach us, such that that's not even the state of the planet anymore? I'm saying it's like being broadcasted from the distant past, like in the movie Interstellar or something. But is there something along that phenomenon taking place here?
Sure. I mean, eh, just bear in mind, like anything you see, like, even if I look at a tree out the window, like, the light took time to get to me. So I'm not actually seeing the tree as it is in this moment in my backyard. Uh, the light that has come from K2-18b, this exoplanet, well, it's not light that's coming from the planet, it's coming from its star shining through its atmosphere. That light started traveling here over 120 years ago, because it's about 120 light years away. So yeah, it's in the past, but it's not in the distant past. Some people in the comments for my story said, well, okay, maybe this light is coming from a time when this planet just had simple microbial life, and since then it's evolved intelligent life. And I'm telling you, like, you're not going to get intelligent life evolving in 120 years. Humans, did not evolve until, the past million years, and life has been on Earth here for almost 4 billion years. Whether we're intelligent life is sometimes subject to debate, I agree, but in any case, this is in the universe, which is about 13 billion years old. This is pretty close. This is pretty recent light.
Well, Carl Zimmer, thank you so much for joining us today to discuss. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Next up, the World Economic Forum's founder has stepped down amid controversy after 55 years. We'll tell you more. Stay with us.